Hey buddies, how are all my buddies doing? Let me give a little context for this video. So these aren't professionals by any means. You can look at the team names, look at the players in this lobby. I'm in this lobby, I'm on the other team. We're actually looking at Goober. We're looking at Goober's performance in this lobby full of friends. We're all buddies, right? So, we're going to see how Goober can play better in this lobby. And if you want to improve like Goober, then click the link in the description and I can teach you. Alright, but let's go ahead and look at the video. Alright, so your teammates, really good job getting the first goal. We're not even going to look at this. We're looking at what you do. Alright, and what do you do in the first 5 seconds? Get a pretty good kickoff, and then you get your boost. Nothing really to see there. We're not focused on your teammates. We're focused on the actual gameplay itself. Alright, now, I like this. I like this a lot, but consider this. So, everyone in this lobby is ranking from Champ 1 to, let's say, SSL, right? Diverse rank of people. Even though a play works or doesn't work sometimes, doesn't mean it was, like, the right play. I'd say no. But, oh, you actually have 0 boost here. This is a solid play, then. This is a solid play. It sucks that Wade took your boost in the back right. He didn't cheat. So, that's really not your fault at all. And I actually like what you do here. You could leave the ball for Wade. Yeah, he's actually right behind you with the 100 boost. Since he got it, you can probably assume he's behind you, right? But this play isn't bad either, like if you don't trust him at all. But yeah, you can probably just leave it for him since he just took the 100 boost in front of you. But yeah, you do this, then you grab the 100, which is good control. Then you try and follow it up, which I don't mind either. 2 whiffs come out, well, 1 whiff. And then it almost ends up being a goal, so good try on all this. 0 boost again. I don't know if I'm a fan of this play, though. I like how you turn around and keep pressure on the ball. I would honestly just flip into this. I know it gives the ball away, but it does keep it in the blue team's half. And maybe you can go get some pads while you rotate. But you play this like really slowly. It's not even like a 50. And yeah, your teammate gets the ball for free, but I don't know. I just wasn't a huge fan of that. Want to rank up fast? Click the link in the description to get coached by an SSL. Enjoy the video. So you grab the 100 boost here. You're playing a lot of shallow defense. Good challenge. Maybe you waste a boost right here. Maybe going too fast. Yeah, just way too fast. I would just calm down. There's no reason to flip. There's no reason to boost. You don't have to be anywhere. All right, one of your teammates on the ball, one of your teammates right next to him. If anything, you should grab pads. And you should just head back to your place. Hey baby, want to head back over to my place, which is right here. This is your place. Right here. That's your place. So, yeah. Hey, baby, want to head back over? That's all you had to do there. Hit one of those. Instead, you're rushing to her place. You got the 1 a.m. text, and yeah, you just blew it. So, a lot of bad stuff here since you rushed everything. This is a little ambitious. We have the ball, and you're going for our boost. You're leaving your teammates in a 3v2, which it seems like they should be able to be fine here. But this is all just kind of crazy. All just kind of crazy. Now, I know there's an element of probably trolling in this. But I still want to look at this and pretend that, like, you're trying 100%. You want to give it your all, right? You want your, what do you call it? Your autopilot gameplay where you're not thinking at all to be your best gameplay possible. That's how I think of it. So once again, you're kind of just driving at this. You're not really like paying attention to the play. You got to respect that Fiend is popping it up, and you got to play that pop-up. So start your car a little bit further back maybe. I don't mind the flip there. I don't mind this like wide rotation. But you got to slow it down here, champ. Slow it down, see what I do, and then react to it. You're driving right at me, and then you can't react to this because it's over your head. All you can do is just turn around. Not a terrible play for me, though. You do end up getting a challenge. It's just kind of weird. I feel like you could have kind of gone a little smoother. I like that. That's a good try on 0 boost. You have huge boost issues right now. I want to see you save this 100 boost as best as possible. And so far, you've just burnt 8 of it, it looks like, behind you. But it's fine. You get the pads, and you're in a pretty good spot here. It's kind of an unlucky 50. But yeah, you're just creeping up. You're creeping up. I would play like the right side a little bit more, like maybe right about without being too like hindsight. Like maybe like right here. That's not even that hindsight. That's like, I just think generally a good spot to play. Where I was just pretending to be in the player camera. Your teammate trolls, I score. Unlucky. But it starts with you. It is unlucky, but oh yeah, I mean that touch is just... Actually no, it's not a bad touch. That goes to your teammate. That's literally not your fault at all. But you could have made your touch, instead of like passing it back to your teammate, putting it safe in your corner for your teammate to have. You could have shot it on net. You could have kept possession. Like, even though what you did wasn't inherently wrong, it could have been better. It could have been better. Could have actually been an offensive play. W touch. I really like that. This is okay. Maybe a little mid boost action. Nice. A little pass mid. I like that as well. And that's a goal. Don't know how that's a goal, but we're going to keep watching. I like what you did there. Some mistakes on the blue team side, but it's quite alright. Go ahead and keep watching this. This is just crazy ambitious. Crazy ambitious. Why can't you do this? You could do this, but it's just risky. It's just risky. And that could have been a goal. That could have been really bad. This is... Okay, that's actually crazy. The first one is like, alright, because, you know, your teammate should get a 50 on that, whatever. Like, maybe you're safe enough to go downfield. This was actually fucking insane. And I'll tell you why. Right now, if you don't think that there's a blue team guy at the ready going for this ball position for it before you are, you're out of your mind. So, yeah. That's just the moral of that one. And that's not like, you could use the right stick and just look at him like, is he there? You could just do that. But me and my thousands of hours on this game, you should just know that somebody is back there. You should know. So you got to hit some rotations here, and that just ends up being a goal. And honestly, that's just, yeah, you can blame your teammate on probably both these goals so far, but you certainly can play better to prevent both of these goals as well. Pretty crazy how much control you have over this game. The better you play. The more perfect you play, the less chances the other team has to score. So I'm just going to completely ignore what just happened right there. You are up 3-2, which is pretty W. Hate that. I don't know the purpose of all that. You're in a good spot right here. Great boost. Really strong positioning. I could Fiend can threaten the shot, the air dribble, the ground play, a lot of stuff, because it's my ball. It's my ball, and you have to respect it. So, I would just sit here and wait to see what Fiend does. You pre-jump, but it's just, I think it's just that word ambitious again. It's like you think I'm going to do something. You're trying to read the game really quickly. You can just see, oh, I caught it, and then you can challenge me. And it's just a free ball. But now I get it over like 1 or 2. And that could have been bad for your team, but I didn't get a good enough pass, so you got away with it. Really good challenge here. Really good challenge. You go back, you get the boost. And this is like technically shadow defense too. I think you know you have a teammate behind you. And you're right here. You're the closest next up person to challenge. So you turn on this instantly. So a lovely job well done. Very well job. Very well job well done. And that was a good pass too. Good stuff here. Go get boost. This is like the same thing as that other situation, except it's in the air. You challenge for your teammate because you're closer. You just got that mid boost. Same exact scenario. I would like to look at your teammate in this position. Kind of in the same spot. So, I guess this isn't the end of the world. When he's in the air, maybe it's easy for your teammate, like at this point, because I am Ebok, just let go of the ball. So your teammate could maybe have a better angle on this. But since you're in the same like shadow defensive position, this isn't that bad. That touch is not that great though, I will say that. You probably want to set this more in your corner or even mid for a teammate. I want to see where one of your teammates is looking for this ball right here. If you set this more in the corner, your teammate's probably ready for this. But yeah, just not the greatest drop down pass perhaps, because it goes more to Fiend than it does to your teammate Crunk. But good defensive positioning here. Lovely, lovely. I don't mind this. This isn't that bad. This actually isn't that bad. Why is this smart now and why wasn't it before? Because you did this before. Well, I can tell you. So to me, you read that, all right, since he whiffs I am Ebok, you can stay here and go for this pre-jump play now because of the whiff that they just had. So that's why this is a good play. This will actually work. Blue team has nobody back for them right now. Like they do, but, and you can see it's actually me. But I'm just never going to be as fast as you because my teammate was supposed to get a touch on that ball. So like our rotation has been messed up because of that miss. So now it is like a completely free team play for you guys since we missed the ball. And since you pre-jump, I'm pretty screwed. I should have waited on that and respected your touch because you were up so quickly. And a really good drop down pass. Your teammate should have a good touch here. High off the backboard, but there's 17 people out there, so not the best touch. But I really like what you did. Solid stuff. See if you can hit the old rotate here. Good job. Not bad. Your teammate passes it to you. You just got to get up quick. I like that. No air roll nonsense. Shot on net. Good try. Literally nothing wrong with that. Great positioning. Great speed. Great boost management. Great shot. Just got to put it in. This can't be a goal. This cannot be a goal. So, maybe you think people are hitting this. Maybe you think your teammate's going for this. But what needs to happen is right here, this ball is coming off the backboard, right? So I'm thinking one of two things can happen. I am Ebok will hit this and maybe he scores it. If he does, he deserves it, right? Or it comes off the backboard and you hit this, or your teammate hits this rather. So, first thing didn't happen. You're going way too fast, right? Since the first thing didn't happen, you go to the second thing, hitting the ball off the backboard since I am Ebok just whiffed. So you got to get up and hit that to your corner. Because you can also see that your teammate is not hitting it anymore or going for it. So this is on you. This is all your fault. And you jump up, you're trying to play the block, but in reality, that should never be a double tap for the blue team. You gotta read that off the backboard. Don't think about the other cars in the play. I think that's what kind of threw you off. As soon as it comes off that backboard, that's where you need to be going for it. That right there. Hit that to your corner. Corner boost, pop up to yourself. I like to see a better pop that goes towards the net instead of towards the opposing corner. So not the best setup there. Not the best touch too. That honestly gets away from you and it looks like it's the blue team's ball. So at least try and get a 50 at the bare minimum. Solid job here though. Way to keep in front of it. I like what I see. Grab pads. 100 boost, you're kind of going out of your way for this. And yeah, you leave your teammate to die. I just really didn't like that at all because you really have a ton of faith in your teammates. Whereas your teammate is probably champ 1 in your net. So, I would just grab like some pads around this vicinity. Can be any of these. That corner boost wasn't there, so I don't blame you for that. But you can just grab 1, 2, or like the rotation you did. You could take like this, that. That's an easy 36. And you can play plenty of defense with 36 boosts. But you drive out of your way and upfield. And now your team's in the 2v3. So, down 4-3. No bueno. I like that. Put some pressure on them. You got some boost. Playing backboard. I don't like how you jumped out the backboard just in case your teammate, it does get around him. I would just stay here a little. I would just maybe stay there a second longer. This is a little unfortunate that you get bumped, but I like to think you can easily prevent this. You see him right there, and he's in line to get the mid boost, right? So I feel like you gotta just let him have the boost because the ball is the #1 goal here. If you let Juke pass you, go for the ball. You can go for a double tap, you can go for a pass, you can go for a shot. It is so free for you. But instead you have too much vision on the ball, and you don't see Juke coming to bump you or like going for that mid boost, and he does bump you. So that could have been a huge, monstrous play for you. A huge opportunity at net. Not the best touch here. Honestly, could have been a goal. I like you cutting this off, but I feel you just go up a little too soon for your own good. It was a good cutoff, though. It was a good ball to go for. Just maybe wait that split 1/10 of a second longer to go up and get a quality touch on it. I don't mind this. Maybe flipping there was a little... whatever you call it. You don't need to do it. Good stuff, though. Really like racing around, getting the 100 boost, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. Nice shot. But maybe you do it too much. Like even this, like maybe you're doing this a little too much. That's like the takeaway in these. If you really want to win these games, you'd play more defense. Because 4-4, it cannot be happening. You try and read this quickly. It's honestly just a bad read, but you try and adjust to it by air rolling, which is fine, of course. Just got to get a better initial read off the ball so you can go at it quickly without air rolling. Good. I don't like that. You're very lucky your teammate got the demo here. I think a better play is to just at least single jump, pop it up to yourself on the sidewall. Because if you play it like this, then Juke just challenges you again, and honestly, it's just a goal in your net. This is just a goal in your net if you do that touch right there and Wade doesn't get the demo, I think. At least I think. Almost the same thing ends up happening anyways because your touch was so poor. So yeah, you just got to get a better touch there that gets it over some people. That's pretty fortunate what just happened here. I would take a longer rotation. So you get really close to this front post. I'd maybe like back up a little bit to like more out here. And then I can go for it like that. But some whips come out. 16 boost. Pass mid. Good job. Your teammate's not there, unfortunately. But that was the best play that you had available, I believe. Good ball to go for. A little too slow, though. Which, usually you're not slow to stuff. You're too fast. But I feel like you really took your time. Like, I don't know. I've been preaching. Take that half a second to, like, read the ball. I guess it's good. This isn't that bad, actually. I take it back. This is good. I'd rather have you do that than the other way around. So, good job. It just seemed like maybe it could have been a little faster. Just a little. But rather that than rushing it and missing completely. Any day of the week. 100 boost. I would just, like, stay mid here. Yeah, your teammate's on the right, so stay mid would be pretty strong here. But wow, they actually both just like go away from the ball. Both of them are 100 boosts, and neither of them go for this. That's kind of crazy. And you end up being in the perfect spot for this. So, what do I know? Good touch, quick. Not the best. Like I feel like that touch wasn't that bad, but maybe that touch wasn't the best. Because now you're air dribbling towards like the ground, 2 feet in front of you to the left. And that's just not close enough to the goal. Good try there. I like the padding up. You see, I know you're probably hoping like your internal clock's telling you that mid boost is about to spawn. That's not a real boost, by the way. But I don't know. Don't be afraid of them pads. You grab so many of them up to that point. Last time I watched this. I would just wait right here, which you do. Good job. Honestly, that's not a bad try. Just maybe got to put that down on the net. It was tough. It was certainly tough. Solid 50, I guess. Other team played the 50 very well. This is poor. This is terrible. Oh, man. You gotta... I don't mind this aggressive positioning up mid in case the 50 goes to you. Maybe it's a little too far forward. But it's all good. Now we're on defense because the 50 doesn't go your way. It goes to the blue team. So you're in a perfect spot, perfect boost, perfect positioning, everything. I love everything about this, honestly. You jump, good. Everything's still good. Still not bad. Now we're bad. Now we are bad. So do you see what happened in those like 1/10 of a second right there? As we just started air rolling like a maniac. And now we're actually facing towards the ground, which is really crazy when you think about it. So you got to keep the nose of our car upwards towards the ceiling. And we just got to hit this. We just got to hover and hit this. So you do such a great job right until here. And then it's just we're re-entering orbit and the rocket's just crashing. And yeah, it's a goal. So you got to keep your car straight up into the air. Like how Fiendster's is right there. You see how his car is straight up towards the sky? You got to do that. But you're facing the ground. Because you easily get a touch on this if your car is literally just facing upwards. And then, yeah, it's never a goal. So, all 5 goals, I'd like to say. You could have done something differently there. So I hope you learned something from that. Let me know if that helped anybody at all. And I hope this helps you in your gameplay to be the best at any rank. Not just your rank, which is GC 1/2. But in lower ranks and higher ranks. It doesn't matter what your opponents are doing at what rank they are. It all comes back to what you're doing in your games every second, right? So, yeah, leave a like and comment, subscribe, all that. Love y'all. Have a great day. Peace.